Hi there, this is Kathy Crow, and this is the Crow Cottage. Welcome. Today we are going to do some gift bags. Actually, I'm going to do one big gift bag. I'm trying to use up my Christmas paper, and I'm managing to. I got my pre-order stuff, and was putting all of that away, and so cleaning up, organizing, and my goal this year was to not buy more Christmas paper than I needed to, because I still have some from a few years ago, but I actually even used some of my last 2 or 3 years papers, and it's because I didn't let myself order too much, and I was so happy with what I found when I cleaned it out. It's like I have almost used every sheet of my Christmas paper up. Today I am going to show you how I am going to use up the very last of this pack. This was actually one of my favorites. This is the Trimming the Town, and this large sheet, when I saw that was one of our options in the pack of Trim the Town DSP or Designer Series paper, whichever way you wish to say it, I knew that was going to be a bag. I could not cut that up. But there's also this Snowflake Splendor. Was it Snowflake Splendor? I don't remember. I'm going to use some of this for the bag. This also is, those are pretty much it. I don't have a lot left because I bought more of these 2 packs. And, I do have a little poinsettia petals. Those are so pretty, though. I can use those poinsettias all year. I don't consider poinsettias just Christmassy. Hi, Trudy. Thank you for joining me. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much. I have not done the drawing yet. We're going to see who gets to win, because I don't know if you can see up here in my window, but I still have Linda's name. And the reason her name is there still is because I still haven't sent anything to her. So if she wins again today, then I will send it in one package. So sorry, Linda, that I am delaying getting things out. Oh man, I've been to the post office so many times you would think I'd be able to have gotten that done, but I didn't. So anyway, we are going to do the drawing. This is for sharing my videos. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. And it's nice to have you. You need to comment that you have shared, because if you just share and don't comment on the Facebook video, I won't know. So if you comment on a YouTube video that you shared, I can't see those comments. I never see those, and that's partly because of the way YouTube functions. You just don't see comments without going to in-depth into YouTube, your particular channel history. It's not easy to find those comments. I think I've only managed to find one once or twice, and generally no one comments anyway. So anyhow, we are going to do the drawing, and good luck. My nails are, I hope they don't break today. I meant to get them done, and I didn't, so they haven't broken yet. I'm kind of surprised. My nails are so flimsy. All right, so, Freddie, congratulations. Today is your day, Freddie. So you won the drawing. So thank you so much for joining me and sharing. And I'm throwing those rest of those names out. I forgot to mess around here with my computer. In fact, I so much forgot to do that. I'm not sure if I'm even on Facebook. There I am. I did get it on Facebook. I wasn't sure that I had managed to even get Facebook up. I thought maybe I hadn't even bothered to do that. And so anyway, let me look here with my glasses. I have to see that. What is going on over there with that? There it is. Okay. Very good. All right. I'm trying to share it. Let's see if it'll let me even do it. I don't know that it will. It won't. Because I am on my page as Kathy Crow's Cards instead of my husband, Jeff Crow, the actual owner of the Facebook page. It won't let me do anything. I can be on it and do a video, but I can't do anything. So I have decided because I'm doing this whole card crafting venture as a way to support my benevolence ministry and to support my card making habit. But I realized I need to market it better. I need to market it better. So I am going to put my host code so nobody can miss it right there. And we'll see how long that it will last, because just getting it to last there the issue. So it's hard for me to not push these things out of the way as I get going, because they're in my way. It's like, you're totally in my way. I think I can stamp on that though, and it won't matter. So what I'm gonna do today is I am going to just make one large bag, and probably you already know how to do this. You've probably done it so many times you could just be doing it in your sleep. But I haven't done it very many times. I think this year's the first year I've done it. I did realize after the first one that I made that I wanted a really good sturdy bottom to my bag, because these are big. These are 12 by 12 inch bags. They hold a lot, believe me. In fact, right now I have one packed up ready with a shadow box, one of those big 9 by 9 or 10 by 10 inch shadow boxes. So I need to be able to have a very sturdy bottom in the bottom. None of the cardstock was really sturdy enough, and the velveteen paper, you can get that velveteen paper. Hi Debbie, it's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Share my video so I can enter you in our video, my weekly drawing, and then write shared if you choose to do that, because I wouldn't know if you did. At any rate, I needed a nice sturdy bottom, and like I said, you can get thicker paper at the store that's not, it's like velveteen, but it doesn't really have the velveteen. It's almost it's not as thick as felt. At any rate, you can get different things. I'm trying to adjust my lighting here as we go, because I'm seeing that it's not quite doing what I want it to do. I want us to have a little more light, but it's not quite shining the way I want it. I took the back of one of my DSP papers. Which one is this? This one is Trimming the Town, and I just cut it in half. And then I scored it around 1 inch on all sides, and I'm going to turn in these tabs. Now, one of the main things you need when you're going to do a bag is that you just need a whole lot of clips that are going to go in and hold things, you know, at a distance. Little clips, big clips, any kind of clip, but you do need a clip. So this bottom actually is 6 by 12 inches, scored 1 inch all the way around. Just a little clip on each end, and then we can tape on, or I mean glue on the ends here. And it doesn't quite, you know, actually I'm taking it back, because I can see right now, you see how that's not quite 1 inch. That's because I wasn't able to get, I wanted it to be, the whole bag can't really be 12 by 12, can it? Since well, it can, the front is 12 by 12, but I need to be able to wrap bands around. Anyway, long story short is that this side, the short side, is actually scored at 3/4 of an inch, not 1 inch. Okay, so we've got 1 inch. You could do it 1 inch all the way around, but you would, some of my other measurements might have to be adjusted if you do that. So anyway, once you get your glue on there, you can clip, and then you can kind of just set this aside and go on with the rest of the bag. You can get this going at a pretty quick pace. If you include kids in this, then you could have an assembly line going of nice little gift bags. And this is a really great way to use up your extra your extra DSP, especially the ones, maybe the patterns that you didn't like so much. Hi Michelle, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Bye. That was quick. It's some of the patterns, you know, they're better ones than other ones. So, and the way we like things different than other things. So it's just a good way to use up some of the things you don't care for so much. All right, so that's the bottom. We're just gonna let that sit aside over here. out of sight, hopefully not totally, so that I can find it again when it's time. And here's my measurements, and I'm still seeing my lighting is okay, but I'm gonna swing this light around over here. Maybe that'll give us better lighting, we'll see. Anyway, so here's my measurements. My bag is gonna be 12 by 12, so we're gonna use this 12 by 12 for the front of the bag, and there's another one in here. When I saw these, I was like, oh, I'm not using those for anything else. Now this is the paper I was talking to you about. It's pretty thick. If you were to go down and buy heavyweight cardstock, it would feel this thick. This is very thick. If you have the light under it, let's see if I can get a light to shine through it for you. You can see it's kind of textured a little bit, like if you were going to buy a handmade card stock, it might kind of look like that. It's not called that. I don't even really remember where I got this paper. It has a slight surface, but I don't want to tear that one because I might use it. Mostly, I don't think I've ever seen it in 12 by 12. If I had it in 12 by 12, I could work my measurements a little bit better. But since I have got it only in 8.5 by 11, I'm having to shorten up some things that I'm using with this. But this is really good for the handles. It's really sturdy for the handles. I'm kind of trying to tear it to show you, and I cannot. It would be hard for me to. It can stretch and bend and all that, but it doesn't tear easily, so it makes an excellent handle, and it would have made a beautiful bottom. But unless it was 12 by 12, you know, it doesn't really do me any good. So I'm going to set that aside for now. That's going to be the handles. This is our front and back. Now I do need those short little sides of the box. I don't want it to be any bigger than 6 inches. That's what we did here. We're going to make the sides of our box 6 inches. So that's, or excuse me, not 6 inches, 4 inches. This is 6 inches to allow for the edge. But the box, bag itself is going to have it's going to be a 4-inch gusset, if you would call it that. And I'm going to use this paper, not the red side, but the tree side. You could use the houses. They'd look cute. I'm using this tree one just because it was a pattern that I didn't care for quite so much as some of the others, and I thought it might look good with, on the side of the bag. All right, so now what we need to do is cut the sides down. This is going to be 6 inches, again by 12, and let me make sure I still got 12 inches there because I've been cutting it. Let's just see what I've done. This I know is 12 inches. Is that? Oh, good. It is still 12 inches long. So we're going to cut this at 6 inches. All right. There's one, and I need another one, so I'll set this paper aside. I won't be using that. Let's put you right side up, okay? And another 6 inches right there. Okay, we'll set you aside for the moment. And now, what are we gonna do? Well, I need these to be attached to my sides, right? But I want to see as much of my front as possible. So I am going to make my 1-inch score line on these side panels. Now this one also is probably 6 inches by 12. So let me get rid of that quick before I think, why do I have three pieces when I only need 2 sides? So let's get the scoring tool. My scoring tool keeps falling out, so I have it set out, but I am going to put it back in here, and we're going to score this at 1 inch on each side. Okay, let's grab it on this side, and we'll give it a score, 1 inch, and then we'll do the same thing with the other one, 1 inch on each side. And this will just help me get my paper placed on there best. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. It's sure gray outside. Here it's cold and gray. I was shocked when I went outside to see how cold it was. I think it said 32, but the temperature on my porch said 26, and it felt colder than that. All right, so now we're gonna score the short side, or actually I don't even have a measurement on my long. I don't think I need to score I don't need to score on the long side at all, because this is gonna go right against the bottom of my bag. All I need to do is glue the sides of this to the sides of my bag. Got sticky notes all over the place. Are you a sticky note person? I am a sticky note person. I always have sticky notes all over the place. So we're going to go ahead and just glue this to the sides. Now, if I didn't mind having a smaller bag front, I would curve the front around to the side and glue and have it all matching too. But I really wanted to show off this little village. It's so cute. Okay, let's turn this over. And stick it right on there. Try to get it nice and even against my fold. There we go. Since it does have another pattern, I really don't want it to show. So we'll go ahead and try to get it all the way up there to the edge. All right, so that side is done. Let's do this side. I just want to make sure my trees are going the right direction. I don't want upside down trees. And inside your bag, because it has red, going to be all nice and red on the inside too. My glue's running out, isn't it? I saw on our inventory it's Stampin' Up! That our glue is on low inventory. You might want to get in there and get some if you're running out. But I always have bottles of extra laying in there just because it's like not something I want to be running out of at all. So I won't. Kind of a little easier for me to see if I'm right up against the edge on this side because that red shows very brightly. These trees remind me of a forest. It would be nice to be out in a warm forest, but I sure wouldn't want to be in a cold one. It's not damp here, but it looks damp. And at least it's not foggy. It's been pretty foggy, but we usually don't get a lot of fog, so I actually kind of enjoy the fog. It's sort of fun. All right, now we're going to put the back on here. Okay. You know what? Before I put the back on, I think we better insert the bottom. So I'm afraid that it might be a little complicated if I try to do that after it's all assembled. So we're going to insert our bottom. You know what? My bottom is not matching my measurements, so I'm going to have to redo. Look at that. I am a whole inch short on that. Let's see if maybe, I don't know how in the world that even happened, but where's my extra piece of, oh, I know how it happened. I cannot do my 12 inches if I'm going to use a 12-inch bottom. That's how you happen. So, although that will make a nice bottom for another bag, that is not going to be the bottom for my paper, or my bag. I can't start with a cardstock that's 12 by 12 and have a bottom like that. So we will be using my 17 by 11. This is very hard. It's actually about as stiff as my other cardstock. This is not going to be, this could tear for sure. And it's, not really going to fit on this Stampin' Up. Well, actually it does, because I don't have it attached down there, so it will fit. No, it won't, because I need my, yeah, it will. No, it won't, because that's 12 inches, and I need to go farther than 12 inches. All right, I'll have to get out my guillotine cutter. I haven't gotten this guy out for a long time. So let's just get you out. Sometimes the old guillotine comes in handy. All right, so we do still want it to be 6 inches. So, oh, I'll have to, this one also has a blade protector. And that's not going to be easy to dismount and take out. So I'm going to have to go the old-fashioned way. We're going to have to cut it by hand. Wow. I haven't done that in a while. So I'm going to just use my other 6-inch piece just to get my line going. Although I could use my graph that I have here too. Maybe I'll just do that. All of our Stampin' Up! Papers are graph papers, which is handy. I always forget I can actually use them. All right, so if I line it up there on my graph paper, I'm going to see where my 6-inch line is. And now I just need a pencil. And that's 6 inches. All right, let's do it this way as well. Oops, make sure I'm getting, I don't know if that's, that one is 6 inches, yes. So let's go this way and just do it like this. 6 inches. All right, we'll just use our paper for my guide. Okay. Although a ruler would probably give me a little bit sturdier surface to draw against. This will do in a pinch. All right, so now we're going to have to just cut that out with my scissors. I wish I'd realized this, and there was a reason I never made measurements for my previous bag, because I have done this. And apparently the front is not 12 by 12, but it must be 11 instead of 12 by 12. But we are going to have to go with 14 by 12 because that's the size I've got going there now. All right, so there's our 6 inches. And then we want it, the length is going to be 14 inches. So I'm going to use my graph paper still here. Okay. Lay it in there. And I just threw my pencil away. Let's grab it back. So we wanted the front to be 12 by 12, and because I'm skeptical about what I'm doing here, just double check. Yes, that is going to be 12. Let's measure it exact. Sometimes the papers are off a little bit, and plus I've glued my sides on, and this is going to just make me more confident about where I really need this to be. Come on, paper. There we go. All right, you keep shifting all over on me. Yep, it is 12 by 12. It's actually just a hair over. So if we do 14, that will give us a nice 1 inch all the way around so that we have room to attach it. Okay, and 14 down here. All right, use our paper as our ruler. Last week when I was riding my bike, I had kind of an exciting experience. I was going down a street that has a right-of-way here in Richland, but it's got like when they built this city, they on a lot of the side streets that are going downhill, they have put gutters in the middle of the street. So even though it's a through street, every intersection you go, there's like a little gutter. And it, you know, none of us residents have complained ever because it actually works as a nice speed bump and doesn't allow people to get too carried away with their speed. Now here I'm going to have to use my scoreboard because this paper is so big it's not going to fit into that cutter. So we're going to just go ahead and score 1 inch. Oops. 1 inch on all these sides. So we'll go with 5 inches on that one. And 5 inches again, and 1 inch there. And 1 inch there. And 1 inch there. Okay? So now we have our bottom, and it hopefully will fit this time. Should. So anyhow, since I had the right of way, I was just kind of blasting through. I had to slow down a little bit each time, but not too bad. And not a lot of traffic usually, but I was stupid enough to be going out when kids are getting out from school. That was not smart, and I am not going to make that mistake again because the first intersection I came to, usually there's no traffic ever. There was a truck there, and he politely waited for me to go through. So that was nice. The next intersection I came up to, I'm going a little faster now, and I see that a car is coming, and I just expect that they probably will stop and let me through, just as the previous guy has done, because I actually was quite visible. And my bike is white. I had a white hat with a one of those big fluffy things on the top of the stocking cap because it was cold. I've not actually been riding necessarily because I like riding in the cold. It's just that I actually really need the exercise. So, stay in there. I blasted through, but so did that driver. And so as I was getting there, I thought, no, Lord, I didn't think you'd take me out this way. And I knew I was going to hit that car. There was nothing I could do about it. But I slammed on my brakes as much as I possibly could. Obviously, since I'm speaking to you standing and doing fine, I'm fine. But I did hit her car and her driver's door and her passenger door. I expected to be thrown from the bike. I've been in enough little things to know what happens when the speed of, she was like gunning it. She obviously didn't see me at all. She just was blasting through full speed, and she ended up, you know, not stopping until like almost the end of the next block. But you know what? The wheel turned. It kind of took it out of my hands, my handlebars, and I didn't get thrown off the bike at all. I just stopped. I was just stopped in the middle of the street with my tire, my bike just sort of stopped there, and I was stunned. I just was stunned that I wasn't laying half dead in the middle of the street, because I was afraid that as she hit me, my bike would, of course, throw me off of the bike like you would expect. And I also expected to be possibly, under her tire or something. That was what I thought might happen. Anyway, God is good. He protected me. That didn't happen. And I wheeled my bike towards her, and I'm like waving to her, come back here. I was thinking, you're not gonna hit me and go away, because I knew it had to be a kid. There's a elementary, well, not even it's a private school right there that I suspected they might go to, because I could see as she went by, I thought, oh, this is a kid, of course. All right, this is gonna fit much nicer now. And I think she was scared and stunned. She did not make a move to come back. So I wheeled my bike up towards her car and noticed that my whole front wheel, the frame of the wheel, was like majorly torqued. And so I could not ride this bike back home. And I thought, I am grateful to God that I am alive and well. But this girl needs a lesson, because she needs to be much more careful. The next biker she hits could be a little kid on the bike. if I were killed, my life is pretty much accomplished what I set out to do anyway, so my death wouldn't be any huge loss to anyone other than Jeff. He'd be terribly sad. So anyway, I got up to her car and she rolls her car window down and she doesn't say anything. I said, God is so good. I should be dead laying back in the street right now back there, but I'm not. I'm fine. And I hope you know God, because if you don't, you should. And she said, I do know him. I said, good. It's a good thing, because he just protected both of us. It wouldn't do you any good to hit me either, and killed an old lady in the street riding her bike. And I had the right of way there. So I didn't see you at all. I don't know. I looked 2 times and I didn't see you. And I'm thinking, well, you didn't look good enough. I said, I can't ride my bike home because the tire is totally ruined. So can you give me a ride back home, please? She's like, yeah, I can do that. And then I was thinking, oh, I can't leave the bike permanently here. And I don't want to have to haul it home. And I really wasn't even thinking clearly because I'd just gotten hit by a car. And I said, so I didn't really even need to say this, but I said to her, can you also come back and get my bike and then bring it to me, because I don't want to leave it here. And she was like, well, I don't know if because I said, you can just fit it I'm sure you can get it in your car. Well, yeah, maybe. And then, so then in the meantime, her brother is getting in the back. She's giving her little brother a ride, who he was probably about 10 years old. It was kind of funny. And they were really nice kids. I enjoyed hearing their little story all the way back to my house. She brought me home. She was a sweetheart. I got her name. I told her, I don't know if you're going to tell your parents I have kids, and remembered when our daughter was driving our sons, her brothers, to school and back, that sometimes I didn't hear some of the stories about the things that went on until a lot later. I need more glue. That glue is not going to do it for me. That's a brand new one. That one will work too well, probably. Usually when I open a brand new one, I have a hard time not pouring way too much glue out. So I said, I don't know if your brother's going to tell, but he probably will. He probably should. I said, you probably should tell your parents, but whether you do or not, I am not going to be telling them. But I'm thinking you probably should. So they dropped me off, and I haven't heard anything from them. I told her, to replace my tire is pretty much a total for my bike, because the last time I had to just go down and buy the tire, it costs, I don't spend a lot of money for my bikes. I am not spending $400 for a bicycle. Come on, are you kidding me? So my bike probably only cost $150. It's a good bike. It's a cruiser bike, but it's not expensive at all. But the tires, I think when I went down to buy the actual tire, because I'd worn the tread right off, excuse me there. Hi, Linda. It's nice to see you. Linda, I haven't mailed your thing to you yet, but I am going to do it today. I just haven't had the time to really get to it. Okay, so we have our sack box. This is actually a sack, although it is going to be pretty sturdy. We're not done with that. This isn't going to be just it. You could just leave it like that, but you don't want to, because it won't look quite as good. So we are going to do a little more, so don't panic there about how it looks. I just need to get the front panel on here. So anyhow, I thought, kid, you are just you're so blessed that I was a Christian. I'm nice too, because I could be making you pay for a new bike. I could be telling you I got hurt when I really didn't, but I didn't even get a scratch. I didn't even get sore muscles. This was just totally God taking care of me. It was amazing. So it was amazing for her too. I felt really grateful and thought, I don't know whether the lesson was for me to be more careful going through those intersections. I'm kind of taking my glue and using my paper to move it away from the edge so that when I stick this on, it's still going to be sticky and have some sticky on the edge, but the overflow of it is going to go towards the package and not so much to the actual edge and out, because I hate that when it oozes all out all over you and it's sticky and sticky, sticky, sticky. All right, so want it to be nice and tight there. All right, now you want it to be nice and even all around the edges down here. It doesn't matter quite so much up here at the top because we are going to put a nice little covering band up there at the top. That's going to act as a nice reinforcement to keep this bag nice and strong. You're going to be able to, the only weak spot is going to be these edges. Normally the seams would be here in the center and not on the edge, but because we're doing such a big bag, it has to be here. So if you were concerned about it, you wanted to have your bag extra sturdy, what I would do is cut another 2-inch 2 by 12 inch piece and score it in the middle and then glue it down the inside here to reinforce these corners. But I just am going to be careful to not put anything that's going to be, you know, so heavy that it's going to tear out just because of the edges. But it is a really big bag, so if you are just gifting it to somebody, you know, without the stuff in it already, they might pile a whole lot of stuff in there, and I don't know how much those seams will take. I think they'll take quite a bit, but anyway, isn't that cute? So you could just call it good, you know, as is, but we are not going to, because I want to have it be a little nicer than this. So now we're going to do a little bottom strip, and that bottom strip is going to just really super reinforce the bottom so it won't come out. All right, so because it's such a big piece, I'm going to have to do it in sections because this is 12 by 12, and I was going to use this. I want to use this piece on the top. This is our snowflake, I think Splendor or whatever. Thank you, Linda. I'm glad you like it. But it matches the sky really perfectly. So we're going to have a little bit of a border here. Okay. So we want one big strip that's going to come across here with no seams in it. And then we're going to have to cut some, this is 4 inches, so we're going to do 6 inches again and glue those there and then lay our 12-inch ones on the top, okay? We're going to do that on all the sides. All right, so let me look at my bottom pieces. All right, bottom strips, 2 inches by 12 and 2 by 4. I think it has to be 2 by 6. I don't think it can be 2 by 4. I think now I have this out too in case I wanted to use this, but I think we're going to be able to get everything out of this one sheet. So let's give it a go and see if I manage to do that. Let me put some of my scraps away that I've got over here and my clips. Get those out of the way. Right. The bag's so big, I kind of need to be able to like set it on the side here somewhere. It's large. There we go. I've got such hot lights laying around. I don't want it to go right against my hot light or it might burn. I doubt it would, but it might. There. I think I'm all set now. All right. So I need a new bike now, apparently. I need a new bike. So I went online and looked to see what kind of, I want a cruiser again. I really like my cruiser. It has no gears. And as I was looking at the geared bikes, because I like you know, riding well enough that I'm going pretty far. So it wouldn't hurt for me to have a geared bike, but I can't change the stinking tires on those geared bikes. They're so hard to change the tire. And I have now 1 inch, 2 inches, 2 inches, but I think 2 inches is going to be enough. I'm hoping it is. It seems like kind of a skinny strip, but I think 2 inches is fine. So we've got a 12 by 12 sheet here. I don't have to worry about directionality at all, thank goodness. I'm just cutting 2 12 by 12 inch sheets. And now for this one, let's see how much I can get out, because I actually need 6. I do have another sheet of this. Well, I'll have to hunt it down. So here's my 6, that's not right. Oh, what a dope. 6. What am I thinking here? I need it to be 6 inches. Yes, but it needs to be 6 by 2, not 12, right? So let's see, by 2. Yes, there we go. Because these are the sides, and I could make it bigger, but I think this will be fine. So we will go 2. There we go. All right, so that actually, though, is only going to cut out the top. And I also, that's the top. And I also need the same strips for the bottom. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so we'll go two more for the sides. You need a total of 4 for everything. So now this will be my bottom. And I am going to have to find another sheet, but I bet I can use that. Yep, there's one. So all I need to do is find one more like this. And if I have to, I can use my, that other one that's kind of close to it. But I might have another one. Let's look. No, I don't. See, I am using, every time I use up a sheet, I'm like so excited about that. Like, yay! I've used up another whole sheet. Oh, it's this paper. That's right. Let me find that Christmas paper. I might have another sheet in there. I have something similar, a little closer. There's this pattern, and I could use that. I don't really want any purple in it, though, so... Let's see. What have we got? Aha! There we go. There it is. That is the one. So let's slide this one back in there. I don't need that at all. And we get a 2 inch by 12 inch, and then I can put that one away too. Now it's nice to be able to make your tags from these coordinating pieces. So I'm not going to have time to be doing a tag, but oh, I need that out. I need to score. So let's go ahead and grab that out. We're going to score at 1 inch on all of these. See, I told you I was going to have trouble with this. All right, so we'll put their 1 inch mark, and we're going to score all the way down. Oops, I think I might have cut it almost. It was so... No, I didn't, but I did push pretty hard. Some of this DSP, if it's fairly thin, you do want to be careful not to give it too much muscle, because it can, even the score tool can cut right through it. The old cutter was worse for that, I think. This new cutter doesn't, I don't ever really have any problem with that. I'm pretty excited about getting the bag done, so I think I'm just like using a lot more pressure than I might normal if I was just doing this without talking about getting run over by a car and all that. So anybody having a suggestion about a bike to buy? I looked at track bikes. Of course, that would be way more money, but I do ride a lot. So I was thinking, well, I could go with my Schwinn cruiser, and But you know, when you're looking at the cost of it all and how much I use it, when this bike, when I bought it, I wasn't confident that I would continue to ride all year long, all the time, and I do. I love it. It's fun. It reminds me of being a kid. I feel free on that bike, and so I am gonna want to ride a bunch. All right, so you want to do your sides first, and I did not fold my edges or clip my edges like I'm gonna have to. So I need to be able to clip and fold here. Let me look at what I'm doing. Let's see. I'm just kind of eyeballing it here right now to see what I'm supposed to do, because I don't want to cut everything off. I want to make sure I have a nice way to attach in here. You could just, instead of folding it over, rolling it, you could just do a band. But I really want an edge that's like this. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to need to do some clipping. And I think I might just, looks like we've got an inch on, we should have an inch on every side. So we'll go ahead and just get that board out again, and we'll just cut. We'll score an inch on every side, and then I'll know right where I should be where I should cut. That's kind of what I was not sure if I wanted to take the time to do all these pieces again, but I better do it. I hope none of you have been run over by a bike, or a bike. That would be better than a car. I hope you've never been run over by a car. It's last year, or actually this was probably a couple of years ago now. Maybe my car is 2 years old. A lady hit my car. Man, she totaled it. It was scary. That was another time. I just keep thinking every time these things happen, oh God, you aren't done with me yet. Apparently, now this is going to just lay on top, so I do not need to score those bands. You're not done with me yet. I think there's a song that goes like that. A worship song video, huh? Okay, so we want to clip just one side of each of these. And then we'll be able to monkey around with it on the inside of the bag. All right, that's gonna go like that, and now we can curve it more easily, and that will go on that side. Okay, we could, let's do that on the inside. Let's have that cut part be on the inside, and it'll give a little more strength to that. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my glue on it and then stick it on. I'll do one side and then the other. I do like to use this glue for this job because this is very good glue. It's gonna stay really nice and sturdy. Okay. Now, because the bag's so big, it's kind of hard for me to do this with you watching, so we're going to just have to get really close here to the camera. Sorry about that. Sort of the way it goes. You don't have a lot of time to adjust, so you want to make sure when you stick it in there, you're getting it right where you want it. Okay, there we go. So we've got that one in, and now we can fold that over. And a little glue in there. At this point, for this side, you could have, if you wanted to, just put some tape on the outside. And then when you stuck it down like I just did, you could just If you had your tape there already, that would have worked too. I'm not going to worry about that side. Next time I will make sure I get my glue on the outside of the bag. Okay, ready for the next one. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. Just going to put some glue on the part that I clipped. That's going to go on the inside of the bag. And then let's go ahead and on the outside put a little bit of glue. I don't need a lot. So it'll be ready. Really no better way than to do it just by holding it like this. Let's go like this. I should have burnished it before I did this so I could see this line better. Yeah, I should have burnished, but I didn't. Okay, get in there. My hands are, oh no, my hands are getting a little sticky. Good thing that glue is pretty long to dry. Actually, when you're doing things like this, it's like, oh, I'm kind of glad you don't dry too quick because I need a little bit of time to get this on here. All right, there we go. Now, other than the fact that my fingers are very sticky right now, we're good. And if you've got stickiness inside, it's, you know, you might want to consider getting you know, adhesive remover, you know, your eraser, your glue eraser. I'm trying to get that out because try to get some of that glue off. All right. Helped a little bit. All right, so now that's done. Now we can just stick these right on. Let's fold it this time, lady. Uh-oh, that's showing. Let's see if it will if I do it this way. That's better. So let's try to push this up just a little bit to conceal that. I could have clipped that edge. That might have been a smarter thing to do, because that actually helps quite a bit if you do that. Makes it a little neater and tidier, so we'll do that on the other side before I lay this on. Okay, so getting your bags. What are you going to put in your bag? This is a very big bag. I needed one, like I said, to put my shadow box in, but anymore I just give a lot of gift cards. My kids just get, you know, gift cards and stuff like that. They don't live here, so I have to mail everything to them. So it's like, well, I'm gonna mail it, then I'm gonna just have something sent to them. I'm not going to, so I don't do a lot of gift baggy things really that are this size particularly. If you'd have to give a lot of food if you were doing like snacks, you know, to your neighbors. Let's try this side, see if it's a little better. It's a little better. I still, this side, I just need to clip a little bit. It's not showing. Or move it up. It doesn't have to be clipped. I just don't want it to show. There we go. There we go, that's better. Stuffed animals are really pretty reasonable, and they're always so giant. Even the ones that don't look so huge. I was just at the store looking at some things for my granddaughters, and they have so many cute stuffed animals. Oh, so cute. Like a little, I got our little granddaughter and her little brother, you know, are both under 5, so they are gonna love what I got. Oh my God. One, hopefully, I'm sure she's not listening. It's not like she's a crafter or anything. Sometimes her mom puts these on just so she can see her grandmother, but actually her mom's not home. Her mom's been working, so she has not been home to do it. And I know my son is not gonna, my son works from home, so he's not gonna be watching the video, whether it's his mother or not. He's not gonna be watching it. Okay, so that is nice and sturdy. Isn't that cute? Now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Let's see what time it is. Do we have time? Yes, I think we do. So let's make sure this is all folded this time. That probably would help me if I did that. And we're gonna put the cut side on the bottom, of course. All right, so we're gonna put the top on like this, and then we're gonna work the bottom. It might look a little sloppy on the bottom. I apologize for that, but it's just because what we're working with is this long, big 12 by 12. When you're doing smaller bags, like I said, you can have nicer edges, and I could have probably worked it so it was a little nicer, and I just didn't. Okay, there we go. Anyway, they have like a little deer. It was a cute little deer, because some of the toys out there anymore, if you notice, they're weird. They look weird. Everything's weird. And what is this poop obsession in our nation? It's weird. It's really weird. And I would like parents to not at all utilize anything that has anything to do with eliminating food from your system. Please stop buying that garbage. It's unhealthy for your kids. Okay, so anyway, let's put that there, and that there, and that there, and then we're going to tuck in the bottom ends. Oops, get yourself over there. Tuck, 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 and fold. All right, so on this side, it should look pretty good. It might look, like I said, a little sloppy on the bottom, but it should look pretty good here. And this is going to really help to reinforce this bottom. Yeah, I remember when I was just leaving school, thankfully our kids were done with it. I think our kids had the very beginnings of Captain Underpant books, and I thought they were funny. It was the first book or two, and they were written like a graphic novel, and the humor was humorous. And, you know, he was just a guy in his underpants as a superhero. And so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if I had known where it was going, I would not have ever bought one. I think I only bought one. I would not have even bought one of those, because they have all kinds of books for kids, like storybooks and funny ha-ha storybooks, and then a lot of, I'm curious, so let me find out about kind of weird, again, we're talking weird here, people. This has nothing to do with, you know, science and whatnot. It's freakish. Anyway, I avoided all of those books, and I got a little squirrel. There was a cute little squirrel, and it said that it came with its own little storybook, but you had to get the storybook online. I thought, well, maybe they do have it here at this store, so I'm gonna look, but no, they didn't. So I don't know if I'm going to get that little book, but they did get the cute little squirrel. He's pretty cute. All right. I've got to do a pay here. Good, Facebook is letting me do it. I'm kind of shocked. Right while I'm in the middle of a Facebook Live, my nail lady, who is sweetly doing a favor for me, just sent me an invoice to purchase some cute nails. And I was able to make that purchase right while we were in the middle of a Facebook Live. All right, so now we're going to put that there. Now you get the idea, don't you? Isn't that cute? Now I don't know if I'm going to have time to actually assemble all of the handle stuff, but I am going to get it going for you so you can see it. And I've done this bag before, so I know you've seen it all before, or you could have, even if you didn't, you could have. And I am not the first person, obviously, to do this whole thing. So you could have seen many people doing it. But the handles are what make this a cute bag. They're so cute. You could do ribbon. Ribbon would be nice. I kind of toyed with the idea of ribbon. But then when I saw that thick, and again, you could use our velveteen paper that Stampin' Up! Had out. It's the same deal. It's very, very thick, heavy duty paper. So... but I'm very confident in the strength of this bag. It is strong. I am going, oops, I did cut that when I scored it. Look at that. I do have an extra bit down here, and I think we want to just do that because I did cut it. So 2 inches. And score it gently at 1 inch, please. Just a little score. There we go. They have a lot of nice dolls down there, and I'm glad to see that because dolls also had taken a really weird turn for a while, and they look pretty normal again. There's probably some odd ones if you want to find them, and whether that's good or bad, I am not even going to go there. But the fact that they were also strange for a little while made me very sad. Now I'm glad they are back. Cute dolls. They've got some nice ones with little horses and you know, their own little stable, and that's the short side, because if one's a little bigger than the other, you want that bigger one to be up here on the top. No, that wasn't. They're both right, like right in the middle. So this is showing, so obviously since I've got that showing there, this is going to be the back of my bag. So I'm not liking that, and I can't really adjust it now. It's glued good. All right, so what you need to do, you are going to take your thick paper. Let me get the glue lid on. And for our handles, we are doing 8 inches by 2 inches. And I don't know if this is 8 inches. We're going to find out. Could be. Oops, what's this? I've got another. Oh, I did it complete. It's done. Awesome. All right, so there it is. All right, so we need 8 inches. Let's see what this is. It is not 8 inches, so we'll go 8 inches. And we want 8 inches. That doesn't seem very big. I think that's not even close. I think we're gonna go 10. I'm just thinking 10 is gonna, that looks more like it. Let's try 10. That'll be a bigger handle, and it might be a little too big, but I'd rather have bigger than not big enough. All right, so 2 inches this way, and we're going to have 2 handles, just 2. And now we're going to score this again just in the center of this whole strip. So put it right down there at number 1 in the middle. And we're going to just score in the center, leaving about just approximately, 1.5 or 1 inch. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be exact. at the end unscored. You just want a part of it scored. So these two ends are unscored. Fold it in half and look and see which side's the neater. This is not perfectly in the center, so that will be my front. Same thing with this. We'll just fold it and eyeball it, see which is the better side. That one, again, I didn't score it, obviously, even perfectly straight. So this is the front. And now you're going to need your corner punch, because you want to have a nice edge. I have a corner punch, but this is such thick paper, it does not do a nice corner. So let me grab my little scissors. Where are my little fancy scissors? These are those little fancy scissors that are gonna give me a little bit of a rounding effect here. Well, eventually, if I can actually cut it. It's so thick, it doesn't even wanna cut. Oops, I got it too far there. Oh well. There, that was better. Those little doll things at the store with, hi Freddie, it's nice to see you again. Glad you're back. Are so cute, and they have little Dr. Barbie thing with her little office and little stethoscope, and oh, so cute. And there, I do remember when they came out with the Barbie and she was in the office, you know, and I forget what she had. That was cute. You know, I would love to buy all of these things, but the problem is that this little granddaughter, again, has got a little baby brother, and those little things are like so small, and they get lost. And for her birthday, I bought her a Barbie with chickens. It was Barbie with chickens. She had a little chicken coop. She had a whole bunch of little chickens, little eggs in containers. I think the containers had the eggs like stuck in, so the eggs couldn't come out, which is good because we're talking super small. I knew it would all get lost instantly, but I knew she'd have a great time with it in the meantime. All right, so they did get lost. The trouble is that William said, yeah, she loves that. We keep having, in fact, at the moment when I was talking to him, I could hear her crying in the background, and his wife said, yeah, she's crying because she can't find her chickens. And I heard her come in, and she was like crying. And Abelin says, say, Mom. So she's like, Mom, can you, now take a deep breath, can you? She's getting her to calm down to ask her for help. It was so cute. Can you help me? She finally gets out, can you help me find my chickens? It was so hilarious. And then, by the time she could get that sentence out, she'd finally stopped crying. They're much better parents than I was. I would have just said, knock it off. I don't want to hear any more about it. I will help you find your chickens later, but I don't have time to right now. And we will find them. You know that. So just stop that. Anyway, she stopped crying. I'm sure they went and found the chickens, but William said, yeah, Amer choked on, not choking, but I found him with one of the chickens in his mouth. So I said, the problem with the Barbie things are, they're very cute and all of that, but the problem is that they get, I remember our son Joel did actually choke on a Barbie turkey from the little, probably Valentine or a Thanksgiving set. Now I do have these cute little brads. I did want ones that actually matched, but I didn't have 4 of anything. I've used all of these other colors, and I didn't have all those colors, but I did have some. I've used even the red ones, so I'm gonna have to go with purple, but any brad will do. So all you need to do is punch. I don't want to punch up too high, so we're going to go about there, and there, and there, and there. Oops. do it right? Yeah, I did. Okay, and the bag is the part that's tough because it's so thick. All right, such a thick. I have that there. We're gonna go like this. So I want it to be kind of like this. All right. So maybe I should mark it. So we grandparents can buy those toys because we don't have to listen to the kids crying. It's a sweet deal. It's like, you know what? I did it. You can do it too. Enjoy. It's a cute toy. I don't care if she plays with it 5 minutes and then never plays with it again. It's not my deal. It's like, I bought it. She can enjoy it for how much time she wants to. She can enjoy it no time if she wants to, and that is fine too. Okay, so now we've got that punch. That actually was much easier than I expected because I think I made it thicker when I did it. I might have had thicker paper in there. Before you attach one of these brads, though, you do want to do a nice tag. Best thing about these bags is having a really nice tag with a nice bow. You want to attach that then. All right, so again, this is not your regular paper here for this handle. This is like that velveteen paper. I forgot the glue. What a dope. I'm gonna just stick it underneath here. You know, I could have put tape too, but you gotta have glue on here. I better do it better than that or it'll just rip out, because what is gonna happen is it'll only be supported by these little brads, and then that'll just rip right out. I need that to be glued securely. So I'm just talking about chickens and turkeys and not paying any attention. Okay, glue. Gotta get some glue all around here. And there. So this time when I went down, I got stuffed toys instead of the cute little Barbie things that they've got an abundance of out down there at the store. Because they do have, they're not all Barbies. I think the better ones are not the Barbies. They're those, like I said, they're those cute horse ones. Those are really nice. My daughter-in-law loves horses, so she would like that. And I know my little granddaughter would like anything, so. All right, there we go. Get those glued, and then I'll put the brad in after. It has, oops, you've adjusted yourself. Shame on you for doing that. Naughty. There we go. Duh. Stop your adjustments. And you did it too. Whew. All right, there we go. But I do like the white on it, and it'll look better once I've gotten it glued and I can fix that handle. All right, we're almost done. Almost done. Like I said, it's the tag that's super cute. I am going to show you my bag that's completed, and then I can finish doing the handle thing later. All right, so back to my thing. Remember, here you go, 5 cards free, and they will be Christmas cards at this point in time. Very nice ones. If you have a $50 order, make sure you use the host code. If you're spending $150 for the product or more, make sure that you do not use your host code, because if you use a host code, you will miss your rewards. And I'll still send you your cards. So here's the cute little tag. Isn't that adorable? And this is our, oh, I didn't take the clip off. This is our little poinsettia petal, kind of stuck on there. But I do really like these handles. I've got a lot of stuff in here, and it's pretty sturdy. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for watching. I am going to, oh, I've got my camera on the other side today, and it flipped and didn't even have problems. I'm so surprised. Usually it freaks out over everything I do. And I don't think I lost the internet today. That was awfully nice, because that was frustrating last time. We're gonna have, let's see, what's today? I think I have one more Facebook Live for this month. I'm not really sure that I'll be doing it over Christmas break. Jeff's going to be home, and I don't know what we're going to do, but we might do stuff, and I don't know. I just am going to think about it, and we'll see as it goes. It might not be on the same day. It might be a hit and miss. I don't know, but don't give up on me. If you do not see me until, now I will do it next week, because we have one more Monday before Christmas break. So I will be here next week, but if you don't see me for a couple of weeks around Christmas time, just come back in January. I will be back. And you have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope that it's sunny where you are, because it's really gray. And the problem with our gray is that it's just like a ceiling. There's been, like, are there clouds? Is there a sun out there? It's light, so it must be, but it's weird. So yeah, I'm hoping that will go away, and it's supposed to at the end of the week. We might even get snow. If Andy is watching later, she'll be happy to hear that there's supposed to be snow on Thursday. So anyway, that would be nice for Christmas, I suppose, but I could miss that and be perfectly happy. All right, have a wonderful time. Stamp away. Get those get ready for the sale. There's a big sale tomorrow. All kinds of stuff is going to be on the clearance rack. All the holiday stuff. This paper will be there, I'm sure. Tons and things. So get yourselves all ready for that last hurrah. And then next month, there will be celebration, and be thinking about joining our team. And January and February is the time to join Stampin' Up! You get a lot more value for your dollar when you do that. I give special gifts for joining our team, plus we just have a lot of fun together, right? So anyway, we would love to have you, and we will talk to you later. Bye. Thank you, Linda. See you later.